Hello YouTube, Sebastian here, and welcome to a little update slash tutorial video that I'm going to make. I haven't uploaded a video in a long time right now, and that's because of I just haven't had the time and some personal issues, so I haven't had the time to make any videos, and I'm really sorry about that. But I am extremely grateful that I reached over 100 subscribers recently, and therefore I thought, now I'm just going to pull myself together. I'm going to do more videos more regularly again, and I really hope that you'll enjoy them. And yeah, I just really want to say thank you for all the comments and the feedback, and it's just really nice to get all that. And that's why I just want to quickly update you. I'm not going to drop making videos, I'm going to keep putting them out there, and I wanted to do this update and just share you just 3 little tips and tricks, scripts. I don't know, it's just one trick and 2 scripts that I want to share with you that I don't think have been shared enough, at least not in the YouTube community. So these apply for Game Maker Studio 2 and 1. If you are using Game Maker Studio 1, you can use them there too, just with minor changes. But let's get into it. So the first one I wanted to do, show you, is a macro script. This is something I use in all my projects, and what I use this for is like initializing all my macros at the very beginning of the game, so you can always use these macros later on and make sure that they're like using naming numbers. So I usually use these when I'm working with arrays or stuff like with tiles. So as you can see, what I have here is my initialize macros script, which is just a script that I have. I just create a script, call it initialize macros, and in here I do my macros. I have a macro of tile size, which you can set to whatever you want. I set mine to 16 usually, because I usually work in 16 by 16 tile sizes. I have some vector macros that I use for my array vectors. We have an X and a Y macro, and then I have one for the colors RGB, if I want to do colors and stuff like that, for making colors. So this is really useful to have. You can make whatever macro you want. You don't have to call this script anywhere, but once you've made it and made all the macros, you can use it anywhere in your code. It'll work perfectly, and it's just really nice to have. It saves you a lot of time, and just makes the code more organized, so you don't have to remember what kind of tile size you have and stuff like that. Next up, I want to show you the free script, which is a script that's really simple, really small. Actually, this is all there is to it right here on the screen. I made it a bit bigger and uglier in the process, but you should hopefully be able to read what it says, even though the quality is quite bad. But what this does is it just freezes the game for whatever time in milliseconds that you put in. So this is an effect that you can use if you want to. Some love it, some hate it. Personally, I like the effect quite a lot. If you use it you have to be, I think, moderate when you use it. But it's a freeze effect. Nuclear Throne uses it, I know, in a lot of other games. So basically, it's most often used like when you hit an enemy. You freeze the game for just a couple of milliseconds, which makes the impact seem a little bit bigger, and it can ruin your game, but it can also bring a really nice effect to the game. And I really like it. This is a script, and basically what it does is it just takes an argument, which will be the milliseconds, so you can do 100 milliseconds for example, and it'll pause the game for 100 milliseconds, and it just works using a while loop that just does nothing for the amount of milliseconds you put in. So that's really easy, actually, not that hard to do. And the last script that I want to share with you before I end the video right here is the Singleton Script, which it's not a part of Game Maker, which I think it should be. But basically what this does is you can call it inside of an object, and it'll basically check if there's more than one of this object, and if there is, it'll destroy itself. So this is really useful for stuff like controllers or cameras, or like the player object. So you don't want to have more than one player, you don't want to have more than one controller, and all that sort of stuff. So you can call this in the create event, and it'll make sure that no matter where in your game or in the room start event, if you have more rooms you switch between, this will make sure that there'll only be one object of whatever object that you're having, and only want to have one of, which will save you from some bugs that might occur in the game. And this is a really nice script to make. It's again really simple. It doesn't even take any arguments. You just I usually put in the create event and in the room start event, because that's usually where these things might like interfere with each other. So whenever this object is created, let's say it's a game controller, it'll check if there's another controller, and if there is, it's just going to destroy itself. And the same will go for starting a room. If you go into a new room and if there's another controller there, it'll destroy itself. So really useful script. Again, saves you some time, might save you some headaches later on in your development. And these are just the scripts and the update that I wanted to share with you guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too long, and I really hope you could use it. And again, I'll see you some other time soon. I'll hopefully have another video up soon, like 2 days or something like that. That's my goal, to upload a video every other day approximately. I'll put down a plan which I'll put out for when videos will be put out. But until then, I'll see you later. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll have a very nice day, evening, night, morning, whatever. Just have a nice. That's been all for this time. Goodbye.